The Toronto Catholic District School Board recognizes that all people are created in the image and likeness of God and deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, and fairness. In keeping with our Catholic beliefs, the Ontario Human Rights Code, and the Occupational Health and Safety Act, the Board's policy on harassment and discrimination in the workplace ensures that every Toronto Catholic District School Board stakeholder, including staff, volunteers, parents, and trustees, have a right to be free of harassment and discrimination.
Harassment is defined as engaging in a course of vexatious comment or conduct against a worker in a workplace that is known or ought reasonably to be known to be unwelcome.
The legislation and the Board's policy now includes separate definitions for workplace sexual harassment. Workplace sexual harassment is defined as engaging in a course of vexatious comment or conduct against a worker in a workplace because of sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression, where the course of comment or conduct is known or ought reasonably to be known to be unwelcome.
In addition, making a sexual solicitation or advance where the person doing so is in a position to confer, grant, or deny a benefit or advancement to the worker and the person knows or ought reasonably to know that the solicitation or advance is unwelcome.
Harassment can take on many forms, including actions, comments, and displays.
Discrimination is defined as unfair treatment because of any of the following: race, sex, color, ancestry, place of origin, ethnic origin, marital status, sexual orientation, age, disability, citizenship, family status, record of offenses, religion or creed, gender identity, or gender expression. While harassment or discrimination normally involves conduct that includes more than one incident, a single act of a serious nature may also constitute harassment or discrimination and may also need to be addressed. In addition, it is important to note that a reasonable action taken by an employer or supervisor relating to the management and direction of workers or the workplace is not considered harassment. The complaint procedures that will be outlined are intended to address workplace harassment and discrimination only. Personality clashes or interpersonal conflicts do not, in and of themselves, constitute harassment. However, the Board recognizes that abuses of authority may exist and that it may not always be possible or advisable to directly confront someone in cases of serious violations or where there are perceived power imbalances in the working relationship.
Remember, the workplace is not just a school, office, or work site. It includes any place where employees, contract employees, parents, volunteers, and trustees perform work or attend work-related functions. This would include any board-sanctioned event, a school bus used for a school-related activity, or a car ride with a colleague.
Furthermore, while a healthy work and learning environment can include humor, care must be taken to ensure that the use of humor is not offensive, degrading, discriminatory, or otherwise a violation of this policy or the code. The legislation emphasizes the impact of the behavior on the complainant, not the intent of the behavior. So an employer cannot dismiss behavior because someone did not intend to be harassing. Saying it was a joke or that you didn't mean it does not excuse the behavior. The Board recognizes that in most cases, the victim of harassment or discrimination just wants the behavior to stop. There are a number of options available to assist complainants in addressing their concerns.
You can consult with the Conflict Resolution Department to decide what course of action will best address your concerns. It can include coaching you on how to verbally address the behavior, assisting you with drafting a letter or email identifying the behavior and requesting it to stop, as well as offering opportunities to discuss your concerns in a mediation or facilitation process.
Some complaints are more appropriately addressed through our formal complaint process. The Conflict Resolution Department can educate you on what this process involves. A formal complaint against a staff member must be directed to the Superintendent of Human Resources, while a complaint against any other stakeholder should be directed to the area superintendent.
Any formal complaint must be in writing and include the following information: your identity, the identity of the individual, the behavior, the dates the alleged incidents occurred, any witnesses to the behavior, and any other evidence to support your allegations.
The board treats any formal complaint of harassment or discrimination seriously. If a formal investigation is completed, the board will provide you with the findings in a summary report. If your allegations have been substantiated, this written report will include any corrective actions that the board has decided upon to address the behavior. This could include sensitivity training, administrative transfers, or even disciplinary action. It is important to remember that regardless of how you decide to address your concerns, the board has a legal duty to address any behavior that has been brought to our attention that could be considered harassment or discrimination under the law.
The Toronto Catholic District School Board is a Catholic educational community committed to the creation of an environment which fosters mutual respect for the dignity and well-being of all stakeholders, including but not limited to students, staff, parents, and volunteers, and focuses on working towards mutually acceptable solutions that are consistent with gospel values, its mission and vision statements, and relevant board policies.